Are you having a tough time chasing your dreams, but they seem to drift away from you? Have you ever questioned your capabilities just because you couldn't achieve something that you desired? Then this video is especially for you. Hello everyone, I am Shruti and welcome back to the Old Book Barn, where we are all about books. Today's video comes to you as a part of the Non-Fiction November series. During the first 5 days of November, I've read some really interesting titles on habits and goals, and I would like to share what I've learned with you. I'll be releasing 2 videos based on the same. The first one, that is this video, will be focusing on goals, setting a goal and achieving it. And the next video will be focused on habits. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Everyone has dreams and goals. Some dream to be rich, some to be famous, some to be fit, and some to just have a happy life. Why do we need goals? Achieving a goal is only a momentary change, and winners and losers have the same goals. Then why do you think it is necessary to set goals? Imagine that you are about to set out on a journey. You'll fix the destination in your mind first and then find the road, right? Just like that, goals are destinations in our life. We need to fix the goal first and then set out to achieve that. They give a sense of direction in our life. The very first step to achieving a goal is to set one. You need to ask yourself what you want and where you want to be. What should an ideal goal look like? People say that it should be SMART, as in specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. But Michael Hyatt suggests that it can be smarter. That is, specific, measurable, actionable, risky, time-keyed, exciting, and relevant. Specific. For example, your goal is to lose weight. You can be more specific as to whether you want to reduce fat or muscle, or whether you want to be slim or muscular, and hence have a very specific goal to achieve. The goal should be measurable. How much weight or body fat are you planning to lose or gain? You can quantify your goal. When the goal is measurable, you will be more motivated as you can see the progress. It should be action-oriented or actionable. You need to analyze the goal and break it down into actionable steps, which you can achieve through your daily activities. In our example, fat loss can be broken down to weekly goals or monthly goals and can be measured by weighing yourself. An actionable goal will help you achieve the goal by following a step-by-step process. The goal should be risky as well as realistic. For a person who can run, to walk is realistic, but it doesn't help him or her improve themselves. You should ask these questions to all the goals that you are setting for yourself. Is it doable? Is it challenging? Does it help me improve myself? If you can check these boxes, then you can help yourself be better on achieving the goal. The goal should be time-keyed. When you have deadlines to follow, you can see that getting things done turn out to be much easier. If you have a deadline, you can work backwards and determine what you need to do today so that you can actually achieve the goal on the deadline. If you want to lose 10 pounds of body fat by the 15th of December, then you can determine how much you have to lose this week. Is your goal exciting enough for you to leap off from bed and get working on? If the goal is exciting and rewarding, then you are more likely to achieve it. Ask yourself if you are excited to see yourself weighing less by the deadline you have chosen to lose those extra pounds. Relevant. You will be having both long-term and short-term goals. If your present goal falls in line with the bigger goal that you have, then achieving this will get you more closer to that goal and will help you achieve it faster. So goals should be relevant. Let me now help you create your smarter goals. Is it feasible to have multiple goals? Yes, definitely. Just because you have a primary goal of cracking an examination doesn't mean that you cannot have a physical goal of being healthy or a social goal of having a healthy relationship with your friends or an intellectual goal of improving your knowledge and skills. You can have any number of goals, but try to limit it to a maximum of 7 to 10, because if you have more number of goals, then you are likely to lose focus on each of them. Step 1. Use the 10 goal method. Take a blank sheet of paper and write the title Goals. Now write down at least 10 goals that you have. These goals can be from any facets of life. It can be spiritual, intellectual, physical, vocational, avocational, or any other area that you can think of. Make sure you keep away all the limiting beliefs that you have and write the goals believing that you can achieve them. Step 2. Select your most important goal. From the goals that you have written down, choose one goal which you think is the most important one and circle it. Make sure the goal is smarter. Step 3. Make a plan. Take another blank sheet of paper and write down your selected goal on top of the sheet. Now write down all the possible obstacles that you might face while trying to achieve the goal. It can be serious ones or silly obstacles like you might get lazy. Be frank and write it all down. Once you have finished, consider each obstacle and write down what can be done in case that obstacle arises or what can be done to avoid the obstacle. Write it all down. Make sure you have written down at least one solution to each of the obstacles. You can write as many as you wish to. By doing this exercise, we can reinforce that all the limiting beliefs you had can actually be removed and you can attain your goals by facing all the obstacles that may arise. I hope that you are convinced by now that your goal is achievable. You might also need help from people around you, your family, friends, teachers, or even a random person. You need to list down all the people from whom you need help and what kind of help you are expecting from them. For example, if you are preparing for your exams, you might need a silent space, which your family could provide. Or you might need help to solve a particular problem, which a friend could help you with. Write all of them down so that you have a plan when in need of help. Step 4. Mindstorming on your goal. Now that we are done with obstacles and people, you need to take another sheet of paper and write down all the possible ways in which the goal can be achieved. Write at least 20 ways to get to your goal. Try harder and you might find even more. Step 5. Take action. Take another sheet of paper and break down your goal into weekly and daily tasks. For example, if my goal is to read 100 books in a year, I need to finish at least 2 books in a week. So I need to finish at least 30% of a book each day. So now we have an actionable plan to read 100 pages of a 300-page book every day. We have our plans with us now. All we need to do is to take action. If you do not do immediately, the flow of creativity will slow down and make you demotivated. So don't wait, just start moving. Even if you are slow, you are still making progress. That is how we need to set goals. Now that we have already set our goals and started our journey, we need to focus on staying on track and getting to the finishing line, right? For that, we need to keep in mind certain things. The first thing is that we need to believe in the possibility of achieving the goal. We have already down all the obstacles or limiting beliefs that we might have. We need to cross everything off and believe completely that we are capable of achieving the goal and we will achieve the goal. The second thing is, do not ignore your past. You might have done so many mistakes in your past, but you are doing nothing good by ignoring them. Instead, you need to learn from them. You need to learn what could have been done from the mistakes that you have already committed. And once you have done that, you just stick on to the learnings and ignore what is left of the past. The burden of the emotions, everything you just leave behind. The third thing is to find your why. Keep reminding yourself of why you started. This is how you stay motivated and how you stay on track. You can do this by tracking your progress on a calendar, or you can reward yourself for incremental wins. And you can also join like-minded people in the process. You can go for online communities, you can go for book clubs, you can go for reading groups, or maybe exercise groups, marathon runners group, bikers group, any groups which focuses on your interests, or a group which have similar interests like you. You can join them and that will help you to achieve your goal easily. These are the books about goals that I have read and referred as part of the Non-Fiction November Challenge. And I recommend these to you if you would like to read about goals. So that's all I have about setting goals and achieving them. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do hit the like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I post next. Stay booked, stay safe. See you soon. Bye!